Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I want to talk about being an introvert and being an extrovert. So sometimes it's hard to tell. For example, people think that I'm an extrovert, but really I'm an introvert. If you put me into a new situation with people I don't know, I don't say a word. I'll sit in the corner or against the wall and I'll watch people and I'll listen to conversations that obviously you can't help but hear. I don't mean that I'll eavesdrop purposely, but and I'll sort of get a feel for the room and feel for the people and that kind of thing. Now, if somebody comes over and talks to me, I will gladly talk to them. But I, have butterflies in my stomach. I'm sort of beet red usually. And yeah, I just withdraw. But, and this is why people think that I'm an extrovert, there's two things that I do. Well, once I get to know somebody, all bets are off. I am what I am. And I just have fun with it. And the second thing is that, and this is what my mother taught me, because I never understood that she was an introvert. I always thought she was an extrovert. But she taught me to push myself out of my comfort zone and to talk to somebody. And so I try. I'll go to that party and I will wait for somebody to talk to me, usually first, and then I'll get a little bit of courage, and then I will perhaps approach somebody else to talk to, or I'll hang out close to a group, and if the group opens up, to invite me into it, then I will go into it. And if it doesn't, then I just move along. Because sometimes people get together, especially if they haven't seen each other for a while, and they have common things they talk about and that kind of thing, and it's just awkward sort of standing there. So, yeah. And then there are people who are like true extroverts, who just are comfortable. Doesn't matter where you put them. It doesn't matter what situation they're in. They are just, who they are. And they're comfortable in every situation. Or at least that's what I'm assuming. Because they certainly look comfortable in every situation. And I've talked to a few extroverts about it, and that's sort of what they've told me. And then there's the people who mask. So similar to what I sort of do when I approach somebody for a conversation, some people will mask behind humor or behind games or behind music or behind a whole whack of different things, whatever their thing is. And that helps them sort of have that barrier, or really more of a shield in front of them, between them and everybody else. And that's great, because that gives them sort of time to sort of like similar to what I do, but in a much more fun way. It gives them a chance to sort of suss everything out and suss out the people, and then oftentimes too, people will come up to them and compliment them on their singing or on their great jokes, or they just seem more approachable. Even if it's just to say, "Whoa, what a great top you got on," whatever, right? So it's hard. It's hard to know sometimes if people are introverts or extroverts when you've never met them before. And it's hard to know sometimes if you know somebody really well, because you just have always known that person as someone who's being very comfortable in their own skin. And so next time you're out somewhere, particularly in a place you don't know, kind of look around and see, who might be the extroverts and who might be the introverts and who might be masking. And it's just kind of a fun way to sort of suss people out and then approach somebody and have a conversation. Because that's when you really get to know people. And that's the exciting part of it. So that's my musing for the day. Have a great one, everyone.